Ordi is making high after high, and it's not your regular Ethereum-based token. Ordi is based on a new technology, BRC20. BRC20 is a standard for tokens on Bitcoin, and that standard made quite some gains. In the last 7 days, we're looking at a gain of 40%. And in the last month, Ordi went up by more than 240%. Now, is Ordi and is BRC20 the new breakthrough technology that the world has been searching for? Let's have a look at on-chain metrics. How many transactions are being made over time, for example? Let's try to see how much growth there is, how constant the growth is, and how high potentially Ordi could go from here. Now, if you've been following this channel for a while, Ordi isn't new to you. We talked about BRC20 for quite a while. The first time 7 months ago on the 12th of May, that was over here roughly. And since then, Ordi exploded in price. More videos followed, one on the 11th of November, why Ordi is up, and another one just 3 weeks ago, why Ordi can still go up. At that time, we were at $32. So we have more than doubled since then. Let's have a look at the data. There's a very useful tool called Dune Analytics. So that's DUNE.com. Dune Analytics transforms blockchain data into simple to use relational databases. So if you're an ordinary programmer without any blockchain knowledge, you can use Dune Analytics to find out particular details about the blockchain. You can, for example, find out who first bought the token or who bought it just before a price pump. You can find out how much activity is there currently going on, how much adoption is there. And let's look at the graphs of Dune Analytics for BRC20 for Ordi. So Ordi being the leading BRC20 token with the most trading volume for BRC20. What we have over here is the BRC20 total Bitcoin spent on fees. And this is where I made the first video. There was a massive spike in interest and in transactions in May of this year. Then this calmed down to a degree. It pretty much went flat in November, then continued to pick up again. This was the listing on Binance. And now we see another resurgence. So the fees being a proxy of transaction volume, right? The more interest there is, the more people are willing to spend on fees and the more this spikes. Now, what's the first learning here? The first learning is that this growth of BRC20 is not linear whatsoever. There are waves of attention that spike up heavily that then come crashing down and then resurge again. Very often those spikes are driven by centralized exchanges because centralized exchanges might be issuing new trading vehicles of BRC20. Now, why is that relevant? It's relevant because using BRC20 directly in a Unisat wallet is incredibly clunky. You can only trade the tokens in batches. You can't directly swap in and out. You have to place an order and then somebody else to take that order. Very similar to NFT trading. On top of that, the Bitcoin blockchain is slow and you need to wait for quite a while for the confirmation of several transactions in order to make a sale. So the reason for that cyclicality is not necessarily retail investors getting in and out of Ordi on the blockchain. It's probably hedging transactions that are automated from the centralized exchanges. And that's not just theory. We can actually see this in practice over here. The trading volume of Ordi across centralized exchanges. 40% of trading volume is on Binance. 26% is on OKX. 4% is on Gate.io. This was the very first centralized exchange listing. And on this first page, you don't even see any decentralized exchange because the main decentralized exchange is Unisat. And the nice thing about Unisat is we could speculate who could be the next Ordi. There is the SATS token with a lot of transactions. It's also number 2 on BRC20.io. But SATS is already being listed on Binance. In the last month, the price didn't move that much yet though. So if you're looking to diversify away from Ordi or you're looking for the next big Ordi, this might be the answer. You can directly buy this on Binance already. Now next, we've got RATs. And see how big the jump between SATS and RATs is on Unisat. The jump isn't that big on BRC20. RATs is not yet available on Binance, apparently. It is on xt.com, which I believe is a Binance rebrand. But according to CoinMarketCap, it's not on Binance itself yet. And again, here as well, the price didn't move that much yet. plus 30% so far. The largest market for RETs right now is again Gate.io, and Gate.io also started off the listing for Ordi. So that's the important thing about crypto, right? You always want to be one step ahead of the curve. You don't want to follow a train that has already taken off. You want to take some chips off the table for the things that are going well and then reallocate to the next story that a lot of people do not yet have on their radar. Sats and RETs could be one of those stories. Now, another way to potentially play this is to look at other BRC20 related technologies, because as said again, BRC20 on its own is very, very clunky to use. So there are two tokens that I recently discussed on this channel that are related to Bitcoin DeFi. The first one is Multibit, which is a bridge from BRC20, the Bitcoin tokens, to ERC20, Ethereum-based tokens. This here is the Multibit development in the last 7 days. It rather went down. In the last month, it went up by 10x. It's now consolidating at this price despite the low trading volume. So attention here is now lower, but the people that bought in on the hype haven't yet in aggregate sold. Another contender is Alex Lab, also discussed on this channel, building on top of the Stacks platform. So Stacks, again, is a layer 2 on top of Bitcoin, trying to introduce DeFi to Bitcoin. Here, the last 7 days performance was slightly positive, plus 16%. And in the last month, we made more than 500% gains. The way I think about this fundamentally is the following. Usually, the first gains in a bull market are made with the risk of investments like Bitcoin, right? Because people can simply just hold Bitcoin over the long term. So when you want to allocate towards crypto in a bear market, you're simply just buying Bitcoin. Then Bitcoin tends to rise because people dollar cost average in and makes the 100 or 150% gains, what we've just seen in this year. People are then looking at reallocating those gains because Bitcoin has already risen and might not do another 3-4x that quickly. They're going more risk on. And that's then when the altcoin season happens. That's then when Ordi, for example, can go up. Once Ordi rallied, you're looking for the next best thing. And that again could be BRC20 tokens that are lower down this list, right? RETs and Sats. Or alternatively, it could be related technologies in the same niche. If you don't know about Ordi since May of this year already, then you're probably following the wrong channels. And you should probably follow channels like this. Feel free to subscribe to be early next time. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. There's also a free Telegram with exclusive content. Feel free to check it out. Link is down below.